Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings, everybody. I tell you, sometimes I wake up, and I've been woke since like 1:32. Stomach was a little upset. But getting up, heading out, going to work early, the air is more crisp because, the cars haven't begun to move and the fumigation in the air isn't so heavy. So it's crisp. I love that air, man. That not cold, but cool. That fall and that winter air, man. And look at it. Just look at it. This is my rooftop view, from my job, man. Look at the beauty. Look at that, Washington Monument in the back, way over there somewhere. Here you go. But, I just want to speak briefly with you all this morning. But first and foremost, and most important, I pray that everyone is okay. I do. I watch a lot of news, and in that there's tragedy, because I was incarcerated in Virginia for such a long time, I still look at the news and keep up with what's going on down there. And I know in Richmond the other day, a few people were shot one night and a couple of them were children. And I look at this, and I'm like, how can we change this? How can we stop the senseless violence? How can we stop it? And so many people are like, there's no hope, it's useless. But it's not, you see, it's not useless. Because it's our family members out there. It's our little brothers, our cousins, our sons, our daughters. They out there. They coming home, with the sack in the pocket, with the package in the car, the pistol under the seat, the pistol in the bedroom. That's why I had mine. So, parents have to be more vigilant and more involved in the children's lives. But the old adage, it takes a tribe to raise a child, is so true. We all have to put our hands on this problem. But what I'm seeing more and more, I see unity. And that is a wonderful thing, a blessing, and a necessary thing. But I'm also seeing a selfishness and a segregation and separation, even among the aware, the conscious, grassroots organizations that don't want to work with one another, non-profits that don't want to work with one another, everybody eager to shine alone, eager to get government money or community money and get it alone. But we can all save our communities together. None of us can do it by ourselves. Nah, that's impossible. That makes no sense. We used to be so segregated and so separated when we were youth. Our neighborhoods, this neighborhood against that neighborhood, this county against that county, this city against that city. I mean, that's how we come up. And we still think like that, But what leads me to think about those things and why we act the way we act is the mirror. Michael Jackson had that song, The Man in the Mirror. And a lot of people have complimented me and praised me on changing and evolving into the man that some people see today. Rest assured that transition was a hard one, a lonely one at that. But it was a hard one because I did it not just because I was incarcerated. No, I did it because I felt how guilty I was. I felt how my absence in my own family was weighty, not just to them, but to me. To hear about different issues going on in my family, and I couldn't be there to help. And a lot of times, when we grow, that's the mentality we have to have. One, we have to learn what it is to be humble, like absolutely humble. Stop thinking ourselves so grand and stop thinking ourselves too big to apologize, too big to look within, too big to really analyze, ourselves. Oh, it's easy. You know what I mean? I did it. We'll sit, as a kid, we were sitting, judge guys going to school. We judge their clothes. We judge their look. We judge everything about people, family members. We judge each other. Oh, that house ain't big enough. That house is dirty. They car ain't this. They car. Like, as soon as we get in contact with family, as soon as we see family, we do more judging, critiquing than complimenting. Now, oh, you got a nice car. That's what's up. I'm proud of you. Oh, you got a new job, a promotion. Salute, kudos. That's what's up. Nah, oh, you got a promotion. That means you getting more money, huh? Then you can. Come on. You should do. Come on, man. Why are we like this? Why are we like this? Why have we been made so arrogant? And then I look at these TV shows, and I always refer back to the TV shows and the entertainment, because these are the greatest influencers. You know what I mean? When Tupac wore the scarf, the headband, the bandana on his side, everybody started doing it. LL Cool J wore one pants leg up to the kneecap. Everybody was doing it. Thug life. When I went downstate, to the prison system, man, I saw white guys, no lie, with thug life on their belly. These guys are from counties, in there for stealing cars, so not to mock them, I'm just saying the influence of Pac was that widespread. So those that have a voice in the entertainment world have to use their voice for something positive and powerful to make a change. We just saw this, the concert. I think it was Travis Scott, I believe, and people were trampled to death in Mecca, the Middle East, during the Hajj, one of the most holy celebrations in Islam. Muslims are trampled to death. How are we there trying to please Allah, trying to please God, and we can run over top of those trying to please the Most High? How can we say we love God? We love the prophets and messengers, peace be upon them all, and we won't give $1 to the homeless. We won't lend a little food to the homeless, and we don't know their story. Man, one of my brothers right now is homeless in D.C. It ain't because my family won't let him in. He goes to our sister's house once a month. She never shuts the door. She opens the door. She forces, him to eat food. She cleans his clothes. He only goes where he feels comfortable. Then he leaves again. Middle of the night, he'll just leave. Lock it, he gone. And we try to find resources, but his mind isn't all there, so he won't stay still. He won't, he's not honest. He lives in his own world. But I digress. It's windy. If y'all don't hear me, I apologize for that. But I'm just speaking about the mirror. I had to look in the mirror, and I had to humble myself. I was cocky, young. Oh, I could fight. I made a few dollars. I'm from Southeast. I stayed uptown. I walked with this soldier. And I ran with that soldier. I fought that soldier. My uncle this. My cousin is this. My daddy was that. We become cocky for the wrong reasons. But this is what the environment says is worth something. So when the environment gives worth to something, we go looking for that worth. So when the environment say you a fighter, you're somebody, we go fight to become somebody. Or you got gear, or you donned in polo and all that, you got Louis and all that, yeah, you somebody. So we go hunting and chasing Louis and polo. So I had to look at myself. When they said life in 10, I had to really look at myself, but that's not what really made me evolve. The birth of my first niece made me grow, because I couldn't be there to hold her. I couldn't be there to play with her. Her mother brought her up to Fairfax jail to see me, and she sat on the little stand, the little desk, and the glass was between us, and she just turned around, man, the little baby put her hand on the glass. Her mother didn't tell her. She just automatically did that, and I put my hand there, and I love her, man. I love all mine, all my family. Some of us don't get along right now. Some of us ain't talking right now. Listen, my nieces and nephews, my little cousins, I love them, man. I'm proud of them, man. They working, they going to schools, they listen, I love them. But that's what forced me to grow. And I'm being honest, and I'm still growing. I'm still looking in the mirror every day like, okay, why are you getting upset with that situation? And many of you all who watch these videos, man, offer some powerful nuggets, man, a couple of you all, hear my struggles, because I share them. I'm transparent as best I can be. You'll say, oh, don't look at it that way, or, you out here, you doing good, or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, that means something, and it takes humility for me to even take that advice and that encouragement, so, I say this honestly, I'm just still looking in the mirror. Every day I wake up, before I look outside of myself, before I judge somebody for their flaws and their mistakes. And we have a right to do that. We have a right to judge. We have a right to say, okay, I don't like that. I don't feel it. I don't agree with that. We got that right. That's, the Bible says, ye are all God's children of the Most High. We're powerful unto ourselves. But without each other, we're not going to make it that far. The head is powerful. But take it off, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? You take it off my neck, then it can't go nowhere. It needs the arms, it needs the whole body, it needs the fingers, it needs the shoulders, it needs the abdominal, it needs the feet, everything, man. So we got to work together as a family, man, as a community. We have to work together. It's okay to be the fingers on the body. It's okay to be the ear, the nose. You ain't got to always be the face. You ain't always got to be the voice. Some of us got to be, the backbone. And you women have been the backbone in our community for so long. You know what I mean? You women have, absolutely have, you know what I mean? And I'm talking about, like, it's amazing, because when I look at a lot of these organizations, these grassroots organizations, man, so many of them are not only ran by women, they are, the bulk of the body are made up by women, Shout out to you women, shout out to you sister soldiers, who work diligently daily for some cause or another for the good. And men, solid men who stand up, respect you all. So again, I'm just saying this, look in the mirror today, right? Analyze self, run yourself through a diagnostic and say, well, let me work on my temper. Let me work on my humility. Let me check my pride. Let me check my generosity. Let me check my, my nature. Let me give a little more, just a little more. And you can do it at your job. You can do it at your school. You can just say hi to a neighbor. Prophet Muhammad says, smiling at your brother is charity. Smiling at your brother. We walking around the streets with our face balled up all the time, man. We don't even know that when you smile, sometimes that encourages somebody else. So like I said, I didn't want to hold y'all long today. I thank y'all, man, for walking with me. I do want to speak briefly on the time, like this time, the seasonal. We're in the November, December months. And I want to speak about the feelings that come during these months. These months have the greatest suicide rates. This was shared, and I looked it up, and it's a fact, but it was shared to me by a brother that I rock with up in New York, Born Magnetic. He said these months, are the greatest, and the suicide rates are highest, and that's the truth, and we'll talk about that. But also transitioning. Because many of us who are out here, I'm gonna be honest about a lot of things, man, about those of us who have come home and what we running into. And I'm gonna talk about those who are home, what they endured too. I'm gonna be just. I'm gonna cross the board as best I can. But I'm gonna talk about us, because those of us coming out, those of us who've been out, briefly or recently, we're going through a lot of stuff inside, man. And real talk, we just have to be honest, and we have to talk about it, And so thank y'all, man. Just, stay with me. Appreciate you all. I pray you all have a good day. Send some text to one another. Let each other know you're thinking about one another. If you can, call one another and check on one another. Raise each other's spirits, And if yours are low, I pray somebody raises yours. And if no one does, dig deep, and know that you are great. You know what I mean? For all the good things you've done, for all the good things you will do, you are great. So I appreciate you all. Thank you all. Have a good and blessed day.